I know, you see.
Somehow the world will change for me and be so wonderful.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Welcome to
That's on me.
You guys suck.
I had no idea what we were doing.
Recut. Okay.
So I'm starting to get real angry. I'm starting to get real angry.
Corey, you just do the introduction.
Okay. Hey guys. So welcome back to another episode of the That's on Me podcast. Bit of a surprise this week. We have one of our council members, Kaleb Hatfield, first episode.
Okay.
Hey buddy.
Okay.
We're so excited.
So happy to have you here, man. I'm not the only black guy in this group. Yes, we have more. So
That took a racially motivated turn.
listen, it's the truth. So how are you doing, buddy? Are you happy to be here
Yes.
on your own podcast finally?
We're like, let's
It's
start a
only the third
podcast.
episode, though.
It's like, let's start a podcast. Here's the 8 members. Kaleb, we want you to be on the podcast. Absolutely, I'll do it. And then every weekend that you guys were recording, I was either busy or not on campus. So
The other 2 times we recorded.
there was many other attempts too.
and then we had one episode and then for the next 3 months we were gone.
I mean, we were brainstorming. I mean, like,
Yeah.
for a solid, 3 weeks, every time I saw you, Corey, you'd go, are you away this weekend?
True.
Real sheepish, just like, you're gone this weekend? Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe next week. Maybe next time.
Because there are times where I heard okay, you guys are busy. There are other times I just forget. So I gotta make sure I'm like,
Are you good? So-
you're out of town, right?
So the next legendary guest that's going to be on the podcast is Danny.
Yes.
We got to get that man.
And Jeremy
the
actually, 'cause
hardest-
Jeremy's never been.
Jeremy
on an
hasn't
episode.
been on?
He hasn't.
Danny's the hardest person to book.
Yes.
That's
You got to get it in
absolutely
writing.
false.
Danny, if you are watching this,
He's
you
because
are going to be on
Because
this
Danny
podcast.
was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then the day of, he canceled.
So it's a bit of it's a toss up every week when we record this. But yeah, so
It's been different people every week.
yeah.
Isn't
But
that the intention?
well, yes, only because we don't have we can't actually get all 8 for one episode. But
Season finale,
Season
all
finale,
8 of us.
We'll
Fine.
record in the lounge over there with the round table.
Oh my gosh.
It's a good idea.
That's a great idea, actually.
I had an idea.
Okay, you know what? I take it back. It wasn't good.
Okay, so let's get into one of our first topics. First off, how's your week been going, guys? What's up? How's life?
Start with Nick.
Start with the introvert, I guess. It's been great. I don't like how you're looking at me, Caleb.
Okay, no, because it just dawned on me. I feel like you should have your own podcast
Why?
And it's
It'd just be like an hour of silence.
and the occasional sound, maybe. Should we have a podcast where only you get a microphone, and we just sit in a room together and you try to do homework?
Sure, let's do it.
I like that idea.
New
actually.
podcast
What
coming to
would
the
we name
channel.
That's on me, part 2.
But seriously, how was your week?
Yeah, how was your week?
It was good. Pretty busy, but I mean, it's pretty chill overall. Chris?
Does Chris have a can of Pepsi every episode?
He has
No,
something
I
to
drank
drink.
Arizona's last week.
Oh, my bad.
2 weeks ago.
The point being, you always have something to drink.
I have to drink something. My mouth gets dry. But my week up and down, then back up. So today's been good.
And you're up right now. That's what I'm talking about, King.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I'm thriving right now. So
Awesome.
My week's been pretty good, Can't say much. I've had a decent week. I think the first time that I went to chapel was today. And that was because I was playing for chapel.
I skipped chapel 3 times this week.
So for those of you who aren't familiar, Kaleb here is actually on our chapel teams here. One of our chapel teams here, UVF, and our traveling worship team. So his schedule is pretty much packed every other week. So
It's so sad sometimes. I wake up and I'm like, I have so much to do today. I wish I could just go back to sleep most days.
you just wake up in the morning. You know what? Is this scholarship even worth it?
Yes.
Though, to be fair, this is the first semester that I don't have any morning classes, and I am taking full advantage of that.
As you should.
The only downfall is that chapel attendance has been rough. I think I've used all my skips so far.
Like, isn't it like 12?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's 12.
Oh my god.
Then no, I haven't used all of them. I've used most.
Of the majority.
I have one left.
And Corey?
This week has been a roller coaster in the realest way. Started off decent enough. Actually, no, because I skipped classes on Monday. Skipped classes, missed homework.
Did you,
Sounds like
you
a normal-
intentionally?
Yes.
That sounds like a normal day.
I intentionally skipped classes because I missed homework. And I didn't want to go to class. So I had homework assignments due the day before, and I couldn't get it done in time. And one of my assignments, it involved presenting in class.
Oh.
So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to class. And then after I skipped that, like for Mondays, I have a class right after, at 10 minutes after. So I have a 1:30, then I have a 2:30. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to say, hang on, my mom is calling me. Mom, not right now. Love you, Mom.
No,
No,
no.
Mom.
Call her back right now.
I'm not.
Call her
on,
back
the-
right
on
now.
the podcast.
No, on the
Yes,
podcast.
First time ever.
Oh my
We're gonna have a call-in guest.
That's on me featuring Corey's mom.
She's gonna be.
Hello,
yelling.
Mother. I'm recording the podcast right now.
We're live.
Yeah, we're live right now, Mom.
Future Corey, keep this in.
I have no choice. Okay.
Aw.
All right. Love you, Mom.
Hi, Corey's mom. Love you.
All right.
Love you, Corey's mom.
I hate you all.
Future Corey,
We
don't
should
take
we
that
should
out.
have a phone just in the middle of the room. If someone calls, we have to answer it no matter what it is.
It's got to be one of the old time ones that have like the dial thing.
Oh God,
We would not
Guys,
survive.
we're gonna put a number on the screen. Call it.
No.
it's gonna
I'm
be
no.
it's gonna be
Nick, put
Murphy's
your hands
personal
down.
number. We're gonna give him Murphy's cell phone number. Yeah.
We should just put like the school's number, make them call, apply for the school.
Ooh,
Good promotion.
marketing.
Stonks.
Best idea
Okay.
ever.
What is our next segment, Corey?
That's
So-
a great transition right there. Just break the fourth wall, why don't you?
So yeah, I've been weirdly into conspiracy theories lately. Yesterday or like 2 days ago, I was on YouTube watching documentaries of like. Okay, here's how I'll start.
Are you paying for documentaries on YouTube?
No.
Oh,
Here's the thing. I was watching clips from the movie Straight Outta Compton about NWA,
okay.
and then through that, I started watching. I found this documentary that was on BET about Death Row Records. You know, the label that was started by Dr. Dre and Suge Knight when Dre left NWA. And then it led me to the Tupac and Biggie murders.
So we're getting down the rabbit trail.
Yeah,
Are Tupac and Biggie on the island with Michael Jackson? Is that where you're going?
yeah, sipping on pina coladas and smoking blunts. But no, I was really like, it was mainly just like, for me, it was more so just learning about more in depth about hip hop history. 'Cause, like, obviously, like anyone who is into hip hop or anyone who is, you know, like into music like that know about those events in history. But that just, when I started, I was like gotten more in depth and went to like, I got very curious and very like invested in it, you could say.
Mm.
So yeah, that took up like 6 hours of my day yesterday. But
6 hours.
okay,
bro.
maybe not 6, maybe
Is
like
that why you skipped classes?
no.
It was the homework and conspiracy theories.
I actually did go to class yesterday, but that's
Did you
besides the
watch
point.
it while in class?
No, I did not.
Dear Professor so and so.
I watched James Harden news yesterday while I was in class, so that's fun.
Very productive. What class was it?
Fine arts.
Oh, Smith?
That's understandable.
Yeah,
I'm
Oh,
telling
That's
you.
understandable.
I'm
you
snitching.
gotta take it with Garcia.
No,
I
Smith
wanted
is
to.
the
but
Smith
I
is
best.
can't-
amazing.
That's the fine
Took
arts.
it with Garcia, but that was the
Appreciation
honors.
Yeah.
honors.
I took
Yeah,
it-
fine arts honors. Fine arts honors.
It's just
You got to
more-
be smart for that.
No, you don't. It's just more work.
You know, I'm about to
100%,
cancel
it's
you off
just
the
more work.
podcast.
But it's worth it because Garcia.
Oh my gosh.
Stop looking
give you
at
that.
the camera.
I stare.
We've been doing
Sometimes
this.
I just stare at the camera.
I think
Yeah.
you're also talking into the microphone wrong.
I've been staring.
But I've binged that, but I mean, Chris has binged other things as well. He's been watching regular show nonstop for the past week
So
and
I
a
got
half.
put in quarantine for a couple days last week, and I watched 90 plus episodes of regular show.
That's
This time well
terrible.
spent.
that's got to be a
My
cry for
mental
help.
health is crippling right now.
Why would you make that face?
So, guys, if you have a friend dealing with mental health, give him a call. Look at Chris. He needs all the
Oh
support.
my
he can get.
gosh.
You know what make him feel better?
Anyways.
If you guys put a like on this podcast right now.
That won't help at all, but
No,
Please do.
it'll help me though. It'll help my mental health. So we know, like, hey, you guys are actually paying attention to what we do. But
Has Corey been transparent about how much money we make off this podcast?
no, but Matt's been transparent about how much views we get for this podcast. What was the last time he said we get like 1.5 million views?
Oh no!
Minus- minus
Whoa,
the
whoa, whoa! Wait,
1.5
wait,
point.
wait.
1.5 million?
So we got one. That's a serious question. How many views do we get?
Okay,
on
so the
No,
first
no, no.
episode we got like 50 views.
that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
You couldn't fit 50 people in this
some
room.
people have come up to me and been like, "Hey, I liked your podcast."
Yeah.
Same.
Shout out to Bailey, Single Boy Summer.
Did he produce one?
No, he actually told us like he watched it and he liked our.
He's awesome. I love Bailey.
I do too.
If
we
the
should have
cameras
we
go
definitely
out
should have
halfway
someone.
We
through,
should.
though, blame Corey or Nick.
We just gotta stop getting ADDs.
We
They're-
should
I
you
agree.
Only get 80
I agree.
Yeah.
It's because you took everything out today.
Just get the
No,
Ursa,
yesterday.
bro.
You took it out yesterday.
I ordered
Wait, what is
yesterday.
our channel
You should
name?
rent it a week early.
Yeah.
Rent it out right now.
Yeah, let me go to the DMC and run it
On
out
the
right now.
website.
Actually, no, Nick, you're an employee. You can
Just go to the website.
Go to the website.
the
Go to
website
the
is so
website,
janky.
man.
No, it's not. I mean, ADD isn't on on
The
there.
website
But
is barely accurate as far
Guys,
as what you guys
okay.
actually
Guys,
have. most of the
everybody,
time.
guys, stop.
it's fair.
Guys, stop. We have 13 subscribers on YouTube.
I'm definitely one of them.
I am as well. I literally
So am
just
I.
subscribed.
Actually, I have 4 channels.
Oh, he actually does, and 4 Instagram accounts.
What happened to the
Four?
fourth stringers?
Those are weak numbers.
Oh, we
Is it
ended.
a 5th stringers?
Fourth.
4th? Yeah, that was a failed podcast.
Yeah,
Maybe
it
we
was
should try
fourth.
again and call it the fifth stringers. That's a good idea, actually.
We could.
Rebranding.
Fifth stringers, but making a music podcast because I have a 5-string. Oh,
Ooh.
We could. I've been thinking about a lot of
Ooh, that's a
video
bar.
ideas, so definitely look out for some new content coming on the channel.
we should
Uh,
do a cover of.
iCarly.
The
No, no,
iCarly
no, no,
theme
no,
song?
no. Laboratory. You guys know the song. Hold on.
You play
We-
this?
Yeah, that's like
Are we
we're
gonna
making
get copyrighted?
copyright claimed. That's
Just-
not.
If I'll play it for you guys, and if we get copyrighted, we'll just mute that part.
It's too late if we get copyrighted.
No, it's okay.
We can.
Also-
it's really not.
It's
He said also.
all right. Then just mute this part.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
cut this part out
Future Corey,
completely.
mute this part.
Don't mute.
Here they go with this metronome.
No, stop it right now. No.
Well, there's no way we get copyrighted for this. I'll do the ad libbing.
No, I'm doing the ad libs.
I thought you were doing the
No, we should have Nick do this part.
Yeah.
He said this off the top for real. He just freestyling. Oh,
This is why we need Caleb on this podcast.
what were we talking about?
I don't know.
Conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
We went from Biggie and Tupac to that.
I mean, it was rap. We're still
Like,
on course. We're still on course.
Biggie and Tupac
thought
are
it was
rolling in their
static.
graves right now.
You gonna sit there and tell me that I'm wrong? Grow up,
Bubble,
dog.
dude.
But there have been other things that have been going on in pop culture lately.
Can we get
I
to
don't know if you guys seen the new Buzz Lightyear trailer came out for Disney.
Wait, are we still on conspiracy theories?
You
That
wanna
was
see
a,
on
that
conspiracy
was a
theories?
weird.
I'm
That
not-
was a weird segue.
No, because I want to share. I want to hear some of our craziest conspiracy theories.
Oh my gosh. Okay, go. Actually, Hatfield, go ahead.
No, I'm going last. Nick first.
I don't
No,
really
I
have
gotta
to go.
think.
Okay,
Yeah, I think that
Chris.
No, Corey, since you're the one who brought it up, what's a conspiracy theory you have?
There's none I can say that won't get me in trouble. So
Oh wait, I have one.
okay.
The one where it's like all the Pixar movies are connected,
They are. They're all
Yeah.
in the same universe.
but like I don't know the order of them.
Well, Fortnite
Well-
has brought everything together, which I think is insane.
In Fortnite,
actually-
we trust.
No.
Because because they all the collaborations and like all of those
Bro,
collaborations
they have
have their
Naruto
own.
on.
They have Naruto. They have Marvel. They
Spider-Man,
have
yeah.
Spider-Man. They have like so many
They
like
had the
big.
NFL.
They have so many big different things like all in Fortnite that everything's one connected universe.
They're
It's
trying
not
to be
even
the video game Disney, which I don't like. Because Disney owns everything, and Fortnite's trying to get everything.
Also, Fortnite's kind of trash now.
Yeah, it's been
First
trash.
couple seasons were good,
Yeah, I agree.
and then there's just 12-year-olds bullying me online that I don't like.
Can you imagine just seeing like I was so low-key upset when they got Naruto characters. Like, can you imagine like in the show if they just ran out of jutsu, be like, oh, Kurama, I can't do it anymore. But I got the blicky right here though. Sasuke, what's up now?
You're out of chakra. It's over, Naruto.
Yeah, you're right. I am out of chakra, Sasuke. But that don't mean I'm out of options.
No, I can't. No, but
But honestly, if Naruto had guns, a lot of things would have been solved a lot quicker.
you're right. But
I mean, like
they wouldn't have whole episodes of them just talking.
no more filler.
okay,
episodes.
that's Dragon Ball, where there's just episodes of
No,
talking.
Naruto has that too.
Not really.
I mean, there was some. I'm an impatient person.
But I feel like you might have been watching the filler episodes.
No, I had a thing where it showed all the filler episodes, but some of them they would just talk and talk, and I couldn't do it.
No, you want to talk about filler episodes? The most out-of-pocket filler episode list was in Naruto when they get the infinite Tsukiyumi with Madara at the end.
And they start going through everybody's personal like
Yes.
wildest dreams and stuff like that.
Like the dream life. I'm like, hey, yo. I'm like, low-key, I'm glad I wasn't like on track with Naruto at that point because I would have been pissed off waiting for
No
weeks.
joke. I was watching like way back. I think it was like my freshman year of high school. I was watching that arc, and I dozed off towards the end of one of the canon episodes, and I woke up in the middle of a filler episode, and I was like, "What?" And I was so confused because it was like Choji's dream, and like he was like eating everything, and I'm pretty sure I don't even remember, but like they had something to do with Choji and his fantasy, and I'm like, I woke up and I'm looking at it like, how did we get here? We were just fighting Madara. We were just fighting like they that big giant tree, and there's all this stuff happening, and they're getting power ups, and like everyone's dying. How did we get here in one episode? I was so confused. I was like, what?
That's like when you were a kid and you'd watch TV, but you fell asleep and you like wake up to like with these weird commercials.
Or wake up to the George Lopez show.
Yes.
All my friends, low rider. Actually, I just saw a theory about Boruto. Someone said like, what if like the show ends and like it gets to the end of like his arc with his son and all that.
And then it's just Naruto's infinite Tsukiyomi.
Yeah, like it fades to black. All you hear is Madara's voice saying,
That's
"So
so
this
sad.
is your fantasy, Naruto Uzumaki."
I did hear about
He
that.
dies in his own fantasy?
That's where the theory loses. But someone was like, actually, I wasn't even a theory. Someone just threw it out there. I was like, I would be so pissed off if that was actually. If they
You gotta
actually
be a
chuckled that
sick
twist.
person to die in your own fantasy. That sounds like a cry for mental health.
I mean, that's pretty much what Genjutsus like are. They're pretty much like dreams and fantasy, like your dream fantasy state.
I sometimes think about that. Like, imagine being stuck in like an infinite like loop of just like when
Like when Itachi got Kakashi.
yes, yes, and he had him on the cross just getting stabbed, and they just kept multiplying. Oh,
For
my-
those of you who don't know, this is the anime. This is
Yeah.
not like yeah.
We're not
Yo.
spoiling anything either.
You think we can take a pause? We're gonna have to.
Potty break.
Corey, pause the video.
I really.
Where
am.
did we leave off?
I
Conspiracy
don't know.
theory still?
I think we should just.
Oh yeah, we were also on conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy theories.
We can move on.
We-
Probably
yeah.
take
Want to?
time.
I think we should address the elephant in the room. I
Which is-
first need to apologize for that interruption.
You just committed war crimes.
It was like chemical warfare in that bathroom. It was explosive. Like I sat down and it just opened the floodgates. It was bad.
I saw your
was in
text.
heaven, though.
Hey, all I could think about was this is a move.
A bowel move. It was painful. I'm not gonna
This
lie.
is potty talk.
Okay, back to the
I think
topic.
it's time for the segment.
Okay, so this is a segment we've been wanting to do for a while. Again, haven't been able to because the main person has not been here. But welcome to a segment we call "What's Making Caleb Hatfield Irrationally Angry Today." Oh, I will. Trust me, all in post. So, Caleb, what's making you irrationally angry today, my friend?
this mic stand. If you guys haven't noticed already, the slightest little touch and this thing just it doesn't stop. It will not stay still. This part, it's just frustrating. And I've been trying my best not to touch it, but my God, it's annoying. It's making me very angry. Very angry.
How angry would you say it's making you on a scale of
On a
1
scale
to
from
10?
1 to 10.
7.
7? Okay, that's
Like,
fair.
it shouldn't do that.
What
It should be locked. It's not.
What would a 10 look like if you were that upset?
You remember when I was talking about... You remember Puzzle Night? That's a 10.
Okay, that was an 11 for me.
Oh my gosh.
A story for another day. Okay, well.
Next time.
Just see his face with just contempt inside.
I'm just angry. I shouldn't have to hold the stand still. And all of your stands are perfectly fine. No.
Go lay out, brother, lay
It's,
out.
it's moving. It's moving and it won't stop. And it's annoying. I'm gonna cry.
Breathe.
Oh. Okay. Okay, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yes,
You
I'm
do
sure.
get- okay.
I'm good.
Okay. So that's the end of this week's segment of what's making Caleb Hatfield irrationally angry today.
Put it right here.
Sure. I'll make a logo for it and everything.
Okay, I wanted to
Okay,
ask.
let's not.
It's not a toy.
It's just the 7B.
Which costs over $300.
Do you want to pay for it? Let me see.
I wouldn't be opposed to buying them.
We're getting a golf cart apparently. So.
Excuse me,
Yeah,
John.
that was
Chris would like to say something.
I was gonna ask, what's some music you guys have been recently into that you weren't into before?
Oh. Are we talking like guilty pleasures? Like we should be
let's
ashamed
get
about
into
listening
some
to
guilty pleasures.
Oh God.
it? Only when it comes to music. Let me open up Spotify. This is getting intense. Intimate, if you would.
I'm gonna go first.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay, I'm gonna go with. I have two. One's like the common like. I feel like it's common among all guys listening to girly songs on car rides. I can't be the only one, right?
I mean,
like
I
listening
guess.
to like
Depends.
Taylor Swift.
Okay,
I
that's mainly
Like
you.
That's a different.
like
Yeah.
some T Swizzle.
Jeez, oh God. Okay, listen. I don't mind Taylor Swift. She has a great voice,
I
great
don't like
artist.
her new
but
stuff
I won't.
is not good.
I won't listen to her
I
like
don't like her new
24/7.
stuff. This is a hot take. Her new stuff isn't good, and I know there are a lot of girls in our friend group that are gonna be like, "You're Satan," and
Say her name.
but no, her older stuff is better, and I stand by that. Okay.
Fair.
Fair.
Hatfield.
All right. Promise me you guys won't laugh.
I'm
No
scared.
promises. No promises.
There are no promises.
Go ahead.
My guilty pleasure is listening to the soundtrack of Encanto by myself.
Why would I laugh?
Why would-
That
Yeah, okay.
That's-
I know.
solid.
I know you guys like the soundtrack, but it's like
haven't
I
seen
feel
the
like-
movie.
you gotta watch it. I feel like it's just one of those things that it's like we all know we're listening to it,
Yeah.
but we're not talking about it, kind of thing. Like we all are on the same page about listening to the soundtrack, but everybody just kind of like, no, it's a good movie. Yeah, it's a good movie with a good soundtrack, and that's it. They don't. There's no like, I listen to it all the time. I was listening to Surface Pressure in the shower. Teared up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
I honestly like. When I first watched Encanto, I wanted to see it from like first trailer. I was like, okay, this seems cool. Let's see how they do. And then what I found at the time, I did not know Lin-Manuel Miranda did the music for it. But the first song,
beast.
I was hooked. I'm like, you know what? I'm sold. I'm sold. It was so good. Like in which
Down bad.
wait, listen, what?
No, what? I didn't say anything.
What really like surprised me was the fact of like the lead character. Yes, her voice actor.
Stephanie Beatrice.
Yes.
Rosa.
When her singing voice was actually really good. I saw videos of like they released videos of her actually in the studio singing. I was like, yo, I am mad impressed. Because normally you think of her as the leather jacket wearing,
Rosa.
tough.
from
Yeah,
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
like no nonsense. Like you don't really think about. They're like certain actors, like in character, you don't think of them outside of that character.
I think of that one guy that's in like all of Adam Sandler's movies as like the crazy guy.
Which one? There's like 4.
You know who I'm talking about?
Like which? Like give me an
William
example.
Dafoe.
William Dafoe is.
He's
Green
not in-
Goblin.
He's that guy. They're the same person.
What? No.
I don't
Are you
think
talking about?
I'm so confused.
Wait.
the main
What?
people I think about when you said that was
Wait.
David
give me-
Spade and Rob
Give me
Schneider.
a movie
Yeah.
and an example of like the character.
I think it's Mr. Good Deeds, and it's the crazy.
just
guy
Mr.
with the
Deeds.
or yeah, maybe Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Good Deeds.
All right, piss off. It's like the guy with the pizza box. Okay, tell me, am I crazy?
It's not Willem Dafoe.
It's not William Dafoe is Green Goblin.
No, it is William Dafoe.
It's
No.
not. It's not. It's
I
not
think
Willem
you're
Dafoe.
thinking of is he wait is the dude in
Big Daddy.
Grown Ups?
No, he's
No.
not. He's not one of those 4 actors. He's
Are you
like
thinking of Steve Buscemi or something?
Buscemi.
yes.
Oh, okay.
He's crazy, and I live for it. He just institutes chaos.
That's what I'm good at.
It's funny because he was younger. He took a lot more like serious roles. Like he played like a serial killer in one role. Like he was like a cannibal, and then
Pretty sure he is a cannibal.
no. Okay, let's not.
I don't know that dude's life.
Anyway, but yeah, it's funny like seeing how they started to where like the roles they take now. It's kind of hilarious.
I mean,
like
like, let's be real. If you got offered a couple $1,000s to just be a stupid person in front of a camera, and you got that offer every single time Adam Sandler was making a movie, which is very often,
I would.
Yeah.
do it.
I would do it. It's not hard. It's just
that's fair.
like I respect it. It's a hustle. He's putting in minimal effort and getting probably a good amount of money for it.
There's another character that I don't see doing anything else. It's Creed Bratton.
For a second, I thought you named Creed from The Office, and then I remembered that he's named after himself.
Yeah.
Like,
Literally, I can't see him doing anything else but that.
that's
agree.
terrifying. That man is a menace.
Nick, did you have any characters in mind?
How'd we go from music to character?
I don't
I'm
know.
so confused
Well,
right
you
now.
brought up like
William Dafoe.
yeah,
Okay, I'll go for. Do I really even have?
guilty pleasures.
Do I really have any to be
You be
honest?
listening to country?
I only have like 1 or 2 country songs in my playlist,
You're
like
a
all
sick
the time.
man. You are a sick
Okay,
man.
here's the
Menace to
thing.
Society.
There's one song I listen to all the time. It's called Southern Comfort Zone. I got put onto it by my professor Scott Ball. It is actually a really good
Did he
song.
produce it?
No. Listen.
I
You know, it
can't
has
res-
to be.
I can't respect a man that listens to country.
I listen to country.
I agree.
Not often, but
Correction.
Do I
he-
respect
he-
you?
I never thought you respected me.
Where's the disconnect?
Oh, okay.
I love you.
That's
Chris.
on me.
Ah. You get it? He used the title of our podcast name.
Actually,
in
fun
the
fact: the
podcast.
name of the podcast actually is Caleb's. Like because of Caleb, because it was our catchphrase we say all the time whenever one of us did something that
He
was
would
just like
he would be like, "Hey, that's
all me.
I have not said that in a while.
You have not, at least not this semester.
You also haven't come up to us and been like, "Are you gaslighting me?"
I said that to
miss-
Wills in class today, and it got uncomfortably quiet. Like, she asked me a question, and like we were just like bantering, talking and stuff. I was like, "Are you gaslighting me?" And everybody just got quiet and looked at me, and I was like, I had misread this room so badly.
Did they not know who you are?
The only person in that room that like knows me with the whole like, "Are you gaslighting me?" was Tanira, and
But
she
they don't
wasn't
know
paying
your-
attention.
They don't know your energy though.
No,
Yeah.
so
Well,
it's
that's
like
why.
it's mainly freshmen with some upperclassmen who
That's
are like
why.
finishing. It's psychology, so I'm like,
That makes sense.
so I was like, "Are you gaslighting me?" And they all looked at me like,
Why would you ask that in a psychology class?
"Well, I've asked Wills before. I was like, Wills, what is gaslighting?" And she explained it, and I understand it now. And I told her then, I was like, "Yeah, you know, like sometimes I'll just ask people, 'Are you gaslighting me?" And she was like, "You should probably not do that."
Are you gonna stop doing that?
No, absolutely not.
Never.
Did we just say that at the same time?
I mean, we finished each other's.
Sandwiches.
I was thinking
Never mind.
something
I hate that
totally
movie.
different.
Frozen sucks. Anyways,
Frozen 2's better.
I still have not seen Frozen 2.
wait.
Don't let Abs hear you say that.
Frozen.
She's gonna watch this, so that's too
I hate
late.
the Frozen series. But do you have any guilty pleasure songs?
I
or
know
music?
Nick's guilty pleasures.
I would probably say Imagine Dragons.
Really?
Yeah,
Imagine Drag.
because like I listen.
No. You need to be stopped.
I didn't say it.
Go ahead, Nick.
Like I just listened to like their most recent album, and then, like there's a show on Netflix, Arcane. They made the intro song. It's really good. So like I just listened to that.
I like some of their music. They've got some really cool music.
Did you hear? I think they did a radioactive remix with Kendrick Lamar.
Really?
Ooh,
Oh really?
It's good.
I'd listen to
I
that.
love Kendrick.
This man. No, you were
I
obsessed.
wrote a whole research paper on Kendrick Lamar.
He did research for like what was it, like a week. He did the paper, and then all of a sudden he listened to nothing but Kendrick for like a week and a
I
half straight.
studied.
That's ridiculous.
I got an 87 on it.
In 87?
Yeah.
That's actually not that bad.
It was for an honors class.
Before fine arts honors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Nick, are you still with us, buddy?
Yes, I was looking up Imagine Dragons. I like Kendrick Lamar.
Imagine
Anytime
Dragons.
I hear Imagine Dragons, I think of that punishment on Impractical Jokers where they made, I think it was
Oh yeah,
Sal
it was
and
Sal
Joe,
and Joe.
open up for Imagine Dragons.
yeah, I
And
just saw
Joe's
that
on
on
the
something.
drum set just,
Jump solo.
drum solo! And then Sal had the guitar and was just like,
Shut your face, Grandma.
get your MIDI paws off my VCR, Grandma.
I think my favorite episode of my favorite punishment is when Q's at the baseball game and the girl proposes to you guys to say no. It's just so painful.
They're like, just go out there and say no. It's just like, Q, you make me the happiest I've ever been. I also love the awkward, like, no. I think my favorite punishment is either when they made Sal give birth to a calf, or when they made Murr go skydiving.
But whenever they just have the big cat chasing Sal.
Okay, no wait. There's a recent punishment where, oh God.
You can do it. Go
They
ahead.
had Joe working at a dog babysitter, dog
I
sitter
know what you're
thing,
talking about.
and his job was to tell the owners when they came to pick up their dog that there was an incident, and he'd read the incident reports, and it was just incidents like these fabricated incidents. It's like
No,
yeah,
it was only
and
one
like,
incident. It was the one. It was like, oh yeah, my dog accidentally
yeah, my dog mounted your dog
to completion.
to completion, and oh my gosh, just hearing him tell another person that his dog. Oh my God. That was painful.
I have a video idea. We do
No.
Impractical Jokers at the mall.
I would
that would
absolutely
be fun.
love
That
that.
would be
I
fun.
would. We'd have to like pre-game that though.
We
Because we
would.
can't just go in like.
Just raw dog it.
Can we say that?
Yeah.
Hey, screw it. Go ahead.
Listen, no, because when I was on Ryan and Grant's podcast, they bleeped a bunch of things that I said out, and I didn't even say anything bad. Like they bleeped me out in the beginning. I was like, "Yo, what's up? My name is." I think I said like Caleb, or some people call me Shawty on campus, and they bleeped that out. They bleeped the whole thing. My name
I think
is.
that was more
bleep.
so for trying to get comedy factor, but this is your
No,
own
no,
podcast.
that's
We
what
can
it
do
was.
Can I petition to have you just start bleeping out random words?
Just mid sentence when someone said bleep.
It's only when we use the word.
that. Okay, fine. I'll see what I can do for this.
Okay.
The dumbest
It
idea.
is the
I've ever
dumb.
heard.
It was good until I said the word.
Yeah.
It sounded funny in my head. I'm sorry.
You say that now, and then like when the actual post ad comes out, and I do that stuff, then you're just gonna be
It's gonna be
laughing
so
your head
funny.
off.
It's gonna be
Corey's,
so funny.
Corey's gonna be in his room like, there's so many. There's so many.
That's just
I hate you so much right now. Honestly, I would be so down to do Impractical Jokers type thing. I honestly, low key, I want us to model like our stuff after them because it's
you
so
know who
hilarious.
would thrive?
Me.
Matt.
Him
and
and
Matt.
him,
And Caleb,
Matt.
you guys could like tag team one.
Matt
Him, Matt, and
absolutely
Jeremy.
would not. No, Jeremy could. Matt would not be able to. Matthew would absolutely just. I can't do it, guys. I know he would not be able to do it.
You'd
It
be, I think you'd
depends
be
on how
surprised.
bad it is.
Yeah. I think
I think if he had to approach a dude, he would do it. But if
Yeah,
he approached a woman, no.
Yeah.
No,
Absolutely not. And I don't think
Take
we
that as you
would
will.
make him do that.
One of my favorite punishments, I don't know why. When I first saw this, I laughed so hard, was when they were just playing on Sal's fears. Like, literally, they had him set up as like a, all right, here's a.
Oh, and they put him in the elevator?
No. It's the one was like he's out there outside on like a street corner or whatever. And then it goes to like, oh, cat adopt a cat today, and then it goes to, oh, you might have to skydive.
Oh, yeah.
And walk through wet cement with new shoes.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it's like his dad's there. He's like, oh yeah, me and a friend, and the big cat comes out of nowhere.
There's some punishments that are like how did you come up with this? Like they made Q get in the back seat of his brand new Jeep and hold food while some guy did donuts in a parking lot.
He had to try to
chili and cheese and like
he had to try to eat the food while he was like,
yeah.
but and then it was like, oh, you are a margarita, sir. He's like, screw you.
No,
I think one of the craziest things they've ever done was have Murr do a prostate exam. Or
No,
Yes,
no,
I
because
saw
he's
that.
had 3 prostate exams.
No.
Because no. Like I it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me because the first time it was like, haha, that's real funny. But he had another punishment where they made him get another prostate exam. And then they're like, but you can never trust one doctor's opinion.
Oh,
so we're
yeah.
going to have another one come by. And so he had 3 prostate exams.
Wait, there was a new one where it was like,
the physical told that 3 vasectomies have on a person.
step. But there was another episode it was from the recent season where he got a prostate exam like by the same doctor, and then he had a catheter put into him.
A what?
A catheter.
Oh.
Are you serious?
And I think his wife had to take it out. She had to put it in and take it out.
Wait, did you see the one punishment that makes me so uncomfortable? They're brutal to Murr.
Yes.
Yeah, because he's annoying.
Murr and Sal,
But,
they're mainly brutal
no,
too.
he got to meet a celebrity crush.
Oh.
He had to wear just a Speedo, and he was oiled up. It was so
No,
uncomfortable.
speaking
No. That wasn't just his celebrity crush. That was his child celebrity
Yes.
crush.
That's worse.
And the funny thing is, that's not the only time he was oiled up. Because remember they did the I don't know if I can wait. Can we mention this on the podcast? Yeah, screw it.
Go for it.
It was what was it? The laying down under or something like that. Like
Yeah, and
Australian type.
they poked him with like all these things to make him scaly
It
and
wasn't like
gross.
it's not amphetamines. What was
It
it?
was just like algae test.
Yeah.
And then to make him like bulgier, then he put oil on him, and then he had to go out there and dance. And I was like, first off, the size disparity between him and all the other male dancers
Oh
was
my
hilarious.
gosh, they're all like 6'1", 6'2", and he's like 5'4" or something like that.
And then they have all this big
Yeah.
muscle, and then Murr's just like, I
strong
have the
dude.
basic like 4-pack. Like that's about it.
Oh my gosh, they're just foul to Murr. Like, I feel bad sometimes watching some of the
My dad
punishments.
gets so upset. He's like, oh, I feel so bad.
Also, by the way, Diana, we're sorry if you have to hear all these different.
No, we're not apologizing.
You don't talk to her like that.
Do I
I'm
have
so
permission?
sorry.
It's okay. I forgive
No,
you.
I love Nick saying, "Do I have permission?"
I thought you said defamation. I was like, I'm gonna address that at some point, but not right now.
But that is I love that show. It's a shame that like
I'm
it might not go on that much longer.
Oh, yeah,
But
well, Joe left.
Well, without
Yeah.
Joe, the show loses all
Joe-
comedy
Joe's the
factor.
funniest one.
not even comedy factor. He was
Scoops a potato.
not even
Scoop,
comedy
scoop,
factor, but
potato.
like Joe was always behind the scenes, making sure like. Wait, we're good. Joe was always like behind the scenes, like making sure like how the show was set up, the format of it.
He
Like
held that show together. I'm honestly more sad about his divorce than
Oh,
I
yeah,
am.
of course.
Like,
Nick, is there a problem?
that's okay. We don't
okay.
We'll stick to this one.
stop looking at the camera.
Can't stop.
Anyways, I'm more sad about him and his wife divorcing than I am about him leaving the show.
Yeah.
Because he's a good man, and like the fact that they're divorcing, but he's like present in his kid's life. Like, that's amazing.
That's the thing that's like that's the most important thing. As a parent and like you want to first off, if you have a kid and you don't really try to be in their lives, then what are you doing? But the fact of like most people who have kids, they want to be a parent. They want to have that experience. Me personally, one of my goals in life is to actually get married, have a family of my own, leave a legacy. I don't want to just like live this life and then die out with leaving nothing behind. But it's one thing to have a kid. It's another to actually raise them and try to still be in their lives, even through all the turmoil and all the ups and downs that life has to offer. So kudos to Joe for just trying his best to like.
He's a good man.
Yeah, there's props to him for real. Even though none of them will probably watch this podcast, but
It's like a pro.
I mean,
Yeah.
on the off chance that they do, if you're looking for a replacement Joker,
Oh.
I feel like I could be a good substitute for.
or
Joe.
maybe Impractical Jokers Juniors. I don't know. Maybe
The
maybe.
outro will be his audition tape.
Well, honestly though, yeah, that show, like, it's amazing. It's gone on for so long, especially considering their dynamic. They're friends from high school. 9 times out of 10, high school like friendships don't last that long after you graduate.
I have 2 guys that I still consider my friends from high school, like, and we still keep in contact. But even at that, it's like once, like 3 times a year.
Yeah.
Realistically, like we don't talk that often. So like to have 3 best friends that you're like doing everything with, but they also have a TV show together. So
True.
it's like it's hard to not be around each other all the time.
Imagine us like with the like 9 since we added Nick, the 9 of us together just doing
What do you mean
God knows
9?
what. 8 of us.
The counts.
Wait,
Well, it
were
was
you not on?
originally no,
Really? I thought you were on it.
not originally. When I first made it, it was like
He started as technician.
yeah,
Now he's
front man.
beloved member.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, technically it's 9 of us fully.
Well,
8.
So when are we gonna make that announcement?
We're just gonna post a picture of Nick on the Instagram page, and it's just gonna be. New
I mean, we
member.
already had the episode out with him on it, so the first
Yeah.
second episode. So I mean, I feel like it's,
He was on an episode before you were.
Yeah.
And you
He was
were
on the
an
episode for
original
you,
member.
Jeremy, and Danny.
Okay, Jeremy and Danny aren't members. I said we have some girls be members.
We're going to have an all-girl podcast.
An all-girl podcast? How
Like-
are
Just
we
just
going to
one
have
episode.
an all-girl
We're-
podcast?
No.
An all-girl episode.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
we'll figure that out later.
I'm cutting that out in post though because that's supposed to be a surprise.
I'm excited for the
Doesn't sound
chaos of that.
Oh
There's
yes.
so there. I think you should be the mediator though, or like the host of
No.
it, and you're just like, what? The whole time.
Okay, that reminds me of the punishment where they had
That's a
who was
pun-
it?
We're giving you the punishment.
No.
of
They
mediator.
had one of the guys. I think it was Q. He had to go on like a panel about like women's rights and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and just disagree with them the entire time.
I was thinking, while we were talking,
I
I,
would
was
never
thinking
do
of,
that.
I was thinking of the one punishment where I think it was Joe. He was on top of the sky tram thing, and he goes,
No, suck it, Staten Island, suck it. Oh, that's one of my favorite episodes.
All right, let's bring it home. Getting to the final topic here. This is Caleb. We didn't. No,
"Do not eat the microphone."
Caleb. We didn't run this down with you, but we started with the last episode. To end the segment, we're going to have like serious theological type talk
Okay.
each episode. So this week, is there anything you guys like have experienced this week where it's like, okay, maybe something that God's trying to tell you in your life, or something you've actually had to like deal with or face?
Dang. Off the dome. Sorry,
On the
don't do that,
microphone.
Corey. No.
Sorry.
Gosh. Frick, Corey. I'll get back to you. Do you have anything, since you brought it up?
For me, it's more so, I would say, which actually ties into something I was talking with you guys earlier, like boundaries. I've realized that like a lot of times we have people we allow in our lives, we allow to just be a part of. Is it still? Okay. We allow to be in our lives. We allow like friends, family, and we always give people like a certain amount of leeway, a certain amount of like, space in our lives. But I realized that like sometimes there are moments where you have to really step back and be like, you know what, I can't allow you to be this much in like my life. I have to like set some boundaries here. And that goes for like friends, family, like, cause like, yes, with family, you can't choose it. You can't like pick who, all that, and you can't like pick how your family's going to be. But at the same time, like, there are moments where you need to just set those limits to be like, okay, certain members I can't be around, certain members I need space from this. And not to say that's not really a bad thing, you know, that happens with most people. Like, sometimes that's just the way of the world. A lot of times, like, even with friendships, people drain you, and some people, like, even though they're your blood, they're not necessarily the best thing for you. So just for me, I realized, like, especially like when my walk with Christ, it's been hard for me to like fully focus on Him. My focus is on other things, and so I say that's where I come from with like boundaries, is setting limits for people who are like in the way of your walk with Christ, or just in the way of you being better as a person in general. So, what thoughts, guys?
I mean, for me, I'm starting to like fully grasp the concept of boundaries for yourself. And like one of the biggest things for me is learning to say no to things. Like I don't want to say overbook, but I'll say yes to so many things because people want me to do this, or somebody who's asking me to be a part of this, and I'm like, I want to help it and I want to be a part of these things, but I also have my own priorities and have my own things that I need to make sure that I'm giving attention to and giving care to. And like, at least last semester, I found myself a lot of times sacrificing on what was important to me as an individual, and then sacrificing on like building and spending time with those who around me who I really should have been building with a little bit more, because I wanted to appease others, because I just wanted, and not like a people pleasing, but just like I wanted to be that person that people could like depend on and like be like, oh, like I know Caleb will come through. But I also like overexerted myself so much. Like the first 5 weeks of the semester, I was playing bass for chapel because I just kept saying yes. And it's like I don't mind helping, I don't mind serving, but like it took a toll on me, and like that's just one of the many things that I like said yes to that just exhausted me to the point where I was just like, it was hard getting out of bed some days because I was just like, there's so much that I've missed and there's so much that I gotta fix and catch up on.
No, I feel that. I mean, this semester I've been trying to take more time to myself, I guess, because I didn't really prioritize like self-care as much.
Yeah.
I thought I'll be fine. At least I will be fine. But I mean, then it never kind of came. And you know, trying to just, I don't know, think more, I guess. I would do a lot of things without thinking about it, and I've been trying to really prioritize like thinking ahead of time and just kind of put myself first sometimes. And I know that sounds kind of selfish, but have you heard the saying, you can't love someone else truly until you love yourself? And I mean, it's not like I love myself, oh my gosh, like, but like being able to like, but being able to like accept myself, I guess. And that's what I've been trying to work on more this semester, because last semester it was kind of just, oh, I'm with everyone else, I'm distracted. I'll get to it eventually.
But that's real.
It's hard, and I'm still going through that process. I'm not there yet, but I don't know, just taking the time with myself and trying to enjoy being by myself sometimes, because sometimes it sucks being by myself because I have to deal with myself, and trying to just accept that I am myself and I have flaws, but being able to not hate them.
I think like something that you just said that like really like stood out to me. You have to be real with yourself before you can start healing, in my opinion. And like, I'm 20, I don't have a lot of experience in life, if we're being honest. Like, I'm young, but one of the things that I feel like I'm like starting to like grasp and understand is that like the first step in healing is being honest. And a lot of times we lie to ourselves because we don't want to deal with the issue, or we don't want to deal with the problem. And so we'll lie to ourselves like, oh, it's not that bad, or oh, I can stop whenever I want, or oh, it's this, or oh, it's that. But in reality, it's like you're just saying that because you know it's a difficult thing to deal with, and you know that it's hard, but you don't want to stop. And you don't want to be real with yourself.
There's the thing where it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like ripping off a Band-Aid. If you go slow, it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
But if you just go fast, it's like, that hurt. But then you can actually like, I don't know what I was trying to say. But
like
you know
Band-Aid,
you know what I was trying to say. Though.
but the Band-Aid, is it a metaphor or analogy? I think it's an analogy. It's like sometimes we put Band-Aids over wounds because we don't want to like think about it. But then like
You have to let them breathe.
yes,
And you got to let air on it, because if you suffocate it, it's not going to get better.
it's just gonna get infected, or the Band-Aid's gonna get wet, or there's like so many things. I think a pastor on a podcast that I was listening to, or one of the guest speakers on the Bible Project podcast that I was listening to, I'm pretty sure it's Bible Project, he goes, a lot of times we'll recognize that there's a hole in the floor, but we'll put a carpet over it, because if you can't see it, it's not there. And you'll forget about it over time, but you'll step on that part of the floor and you'll fall right in, because you forgot that there's a hole in the floor because you just covered it with a carpet. And so now you're going to be in that hole, and you're going to have to figure a way out in the midst of it. And you're going to be beating yourself up for not fixing it sooner, or not dealing with it before, or not actually doing what you should have done a while ago. But you're going to be like, I got to figure this out now. And it's just so much more work now. And like, it's real. Like sometimes we just want to cover up the hurts, the pains, the real stuff. And like, we don't want to set those boundaries for ourselves. We just want to go, it's whatever. It's okay. I'll be fine. And then that leads to a long slew, like a long like list of hurts later in life and later down the line, where you're like, I could have dealt with that better. I could have done better with that if I had just been honest with myself, or if I had just stopped for 15 minutes and decompressed before I went into that conversation, or like things like that.
Yeah, no, I think that's what I'm going through right now, though. I mean, I'll be honest, my heart hurts. This semester's been rough, and I've gone through some things, and my voice is cracking.
But you have to cry.
No, I'm
this
fine.
is a safe space.
Oh my gosh. No, my heart hurts, and I was just trying to ignore it. I was listening to sad music a lot and kind of avoiding the topic.
Don't do that.
Yeah, and I got called out on for it, and I needed it. So I've been trying to just accept it, not just try to move on, but learn from it. But I've also been trying to just learn how to not fix it, but try to heal properly. Because, I mean, there's different methods to healing, but not all of them actually work.
Not only are there different methods. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
Can I finish my point quick?
So I'm gonna let you finish.
No, it's just, it kind of felt like I got part of my heart ripped out, and sometimes you try to fill it with something else, but the only thing that you can fill it with is God. And being able to fill it with prayer, worship, and just trying to seek out the Lord, and not just talking to him for healing, but like listening, because it's a conversation. And I mean, there's times where I just talk and I'm sure God is like, dude, shut up. Like, listen. So just trying to you got to fill it with the right thing. If you fill it with something else, it's just going to be temporary.
It's never going to work.
Yeah.
I think the funny thing about like different methods of healing is like there are different methods, but not a lot of people, some people don't even like try to even take the first step of healing. Like, yes, for a lot of people, it's like, okay, you got to be healed in different ways, but there are some who don't even want to try to get better at all. They try to, like Kaleb said earlier with his analogy, like they put a carpet over a problem or sweep under the rug, and then later on it affects them way worse than it doesn't at first. So I think that's something that like a lot of people just have to take time, look in the mirror, and be like, hey, I like understanding I'm broken in this area. I'm not where I need to be. I'm not where I want to be. I need to take the first steps of getting better. And that all in itself is one of the most integral parts, I believe, for people to, like, setting boundaries, becoming better with themselves, because you're not really taking care of the issue at hand, or you don't even understand that there is an issue at hand.
Yes.
So
I realize that like sometimes we'll go, oh, I need to heal, and then we'll get in the mindset of, okay, I need to heal, but we don't actually know what we need to heal from. We don't actually like realize like, what am I healing from? And then sometimes we get in the mindset of, oh, I'm healed, but then it comes back and you're like, well, I thought I was healed. like not having a dad present in my life bothered me for many years. And then one year after like a breakthrough, and I was like, God was just like, I got you, man, like you're good. I was like, I'm good. And then there's still some times where I'm like, wow, I really don't have a dad. This kind of sucks. But I'm like, but I was healed from this. Like, this is something that I feel like I've healed in my heart. I'm healed from. But it's like, it's not that you'll never deal with it again, or you'll never experience that hurt again. But it's just like part of that healing is being real. Like, it'll come back, and there's certain things that'll come back, and you'll be like, ooh, that kind of hurts. But you healed from it, and you're okay. It's like back to the floor analogy. Like, if you actually repair the floor, most of the time, if it's me, I'm going to be real with you. If there's a hole in the floor, I'm going to put something there that fixes it, but it doesn't have to look like the rest of the floor. So you'll walk past and you'll see it. And it's like all the other tiles all the other tiles are black, and then that tile is gray. And you're like, oh, that's not like everything else. And there's so many other problems in life that we just kind of like that we're fixing. And like, when you look at it, you're like, okay, like, hurts. And it doesn't go away, but the healing is kind of like learning how to better deal with it in the future.
Yeah. I think like that's with all things in life, not just like personal like issues, but also like addictions as well. And it's just a whole bunch of things that, like, for a lot of people today, it's necessary to try to find that way of like, hey, you need to be on the path to get better, and understanding that you need to be on the path to get better. And of course, for us, we look towards God. Some other people might not think the same way, but everyone has something for them that it helps them. I think as long as you are like, you understand that you need to be better, that you're trying to be better, like, I think that's the most important thing. Because a lot of people will say like, oh, like someone asks you how you're doing. It's easy to say, oh, this week is it's a bit rough.
It's
like,
just not my week.
Yeah, it's like, where you do, like, what's going on to make it not your week? Like, what, like, are you trying to do anything different to like make it better?
I think that's a good segue into surround yourself with good people.
Yeah.
Having a good cast around you is everything. You can't do everything yourself. And I mean, obviously, talk to God. But God uses people around you, and you should be surrounding yourself with those people. If they're not affecting your life in a positive way that like glorifies God, they're not the people you should be sharing those feelings with.
I think I've started a trend within myself, and this is like a little aside, but I've started a trend within myself. Every podcast that I'm on, I mention Peter Reeves because he's just a great guy. But one of the things that he said when he was speaking at an event that I was at years ago was, God blesses those who bless others. And when you keep everything to yourself and you hold on to your problems and you don't talk to others, you're blocking those people from having the opportunity of God using them to help you.
That's good.
And that struck me because, like, we'll try to figure things out on our own as if we don't have people around us that God can use to speak to us or to just pray over us or just be there with us and remind us that, like, we're not alone here on this earth. And, like it's just, like, it's a powerful reminder that, like, life sucks sometimes, but we have people around us, or you should have people around you that can build you up and encourage you and make you want to be better and do better. And it's like you block those blessings of those people when you kind of just hold it all in and go, no, I'm fine, I got this, sir, I'll figure it out, I'm cool, don't worry about me.
No, I mean, that's been really important in my healing process, because like usually if something like this happened, you guys know what happened, but I just shut down and I'll kind of just take every hit in the background. But no, it's been nice because Matt, Jeremy, Corey, Caleb, Nicholas, you guys have been there for me and like ask, how are you doing? And I'll be like, I'm okay. And they'll be like, you guys are like, okay, how are you really doing? And then
so how are you really?
But you have to talk it out to really understand your feelings. I feel like, because you can sort of like, oh, I'm feeling like this. But if you talk it out and really understand why you're feeling that feeling, you can kind of target like the source of the pain.
And I think sometimes like in talking it out, sometimes people won't understand what you're talking about. And so trying to explain it to them really helps you understand how you actually feel. Because, like, I've had it happen where I'm, like, trying to explain something and they're like, I'm not understanding what you mean. And so I have to, like, take a step back and go, how can I better explain this?
Yeah.
And it really forces you to go, okay, how am I really feeling? How is this actually affecting me?
Yeah.
And that's true for any, like, for problem solving. If you don't know what the problem is that you're solving, how are you going to solve it? And I feel like with, like, pain in the heart, too, it's harder to locate because, I mean, it's there, but you don't feel it on the surface. So you don't know how to treat it. But being able to understand why you're feeling that pain is a better way to actually be able to treat it. I don't know. I'm in psychology, so I know everything now. But
yeah, of course.
Online. But but it's been really instrumental in me feeling better.
Mm.
And obviously we can't do anything without God, but God puts people in our lives people are a resource.
Yeah.
That's from The Walking Dead. Sorry.
But yeah, God. Sorry. Go ahead.
No. But people are a resource. Like, don't take them for granted because not everyone stays for as long. I've known Jeremy for 7-8 years, and he's stood by my side. I've stood by his side. That's not common. Like, people are there for maybe 2 or 3 years, and then you guys fade away. Like, most of my high school friendships, they've faded away. I have 2 really good friends from high school, and that's it. I've known them for 9 and 8 years, and them being on my side and knowing how I act and how, because I go through like mood swings sometimes, and they know when it's going to hit, or they know how to deal with it when that does hit. Because Jeremy and I can sit in a room for hours on end, not talk, and have a good time.
Those friendships are the best.
And when we know each other like that, and we know when we're in a specific mood and how to treat it, that's God working, and being able to have a healthy relationship like that just really helps you to deal with problems, I guess.
I'm curious to know if Nick has anything to say about this.
No, it's really
Like,
good.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but
Yeah.
like, you haven't
Nick's
really
just
talked
crying.
much.
Nick's just
Yeah.
crying in the
I
corner.
was just listening because it was like really good conversation. So I was like, if I don't get to share, I'm like, I'm fine because I want to listen.
I feel like this is the best conversation that I have usually. Unless it's like theological discussion. Just being able to talk about things, like talk things out with people is really good. This episode's going to go like an hour and a half.
I definitely I do agree with you though. Like, God definitely uses people. Like, there are times where like I've been going through stuff, and like I just don't want to be involved with people. But then I go out and it's either like one of you guys or like one of our female friends or like just someone else I know on campus. They'll say something to me, and like I have a conversation with them, and I just feel better afterwards. Like, I feel like, wow, that's definitely something that's like, there's no other way that they would either know something's wrong with me, or like they could tell like I'm off without like God really, or like something they said specifically. There's no way like that like, that's for you.
Yeah.
So
The power of just talking things through sometimes is just like, it blows my mind just like how much just talking about it can help.
Yeah. I don't know. What I hate sharing my feelings usually. And I usually say, feelings are gross and I hate sharing them. But then once it gets out, it's all better. It's like throwing up.
Okay.
Sorry.
I don't throw up.
you and Danny with your analogies, I don't understand.
Sorry.
Him and his
but
whipped cream.
No, we're not bringing that up. But that's how I treat it though. Like,
No, yeah.
you're going to have to get it out at some point. Unless you swallow it. And
You're
then
sick,
do
man.
you feel better after swallowing it?
Yeah.
If you keep just swallowing it, it's not going to
Oh,
feel better. I'm
Okay.
sorry. You guys get what I'm saying. though,
Yeah,
right?
I understand.
That
what
was
you're saying.
disgusting. That was a
This is the
disgusting
worst
way to
analogy
describe it,
you
but
could possibly use, but you got the point.
I got the
Yeah.
point across.
But yeah, so
Probably gonna have to put a really hard compressor on my channel because I keep moving back and forth.
honestly, I might have just gained yours because you were talking into it, but you're talking like somewhat low. So I'm like, I'll post.
Bump the gain to 4.
But so yeah, that's pretty much where we're at, and that's I think that's it for the episode this week,
And,
guys.
That's on me.
Wait.
Like, subscribe, share with your friends.
But before we go, Diana, do you have anything to say?
You have to say it loud. Say that's on me.
That's on me.
That definitely did not pick up. Just wheel over here. You could just wheel over here. Oh, okay.
I think that like is kind of like cool for me to like sit and like hear you guys have conversations about like being vulnerable, because I don't really hear that. I don't know, like I feel like women are I'm very expressive about how I will feel, and I'll be honest, I'll be like, I'm going through it, or like, I'm not okay right now. But like men are just, and you know what I mean though.
Yeah, no, we're very like stiff when it comes to emotions.
Yeah, so it was really nice to
That's a whole podcast episode right there.
For real.
No, and it was really nice to just like listen in and like get like new perspective on that. And like I really like that. Like you guys are like my bros. Except for you. Sorry, Caleb. Sorry. All right. So this is the end of the podcast. That's on me.
Yeah.
Cut. I need to.
I actually used to have a podcast before.
Yeah.